All right. Hey, Tracy Repchuk here. Welcome everybody to my little teaching today. Just something I thought I would talk about, especially since I'm going to be going into the funnels today, talking a little bit later about how your funnels are in the back end and what do you do with these things, okay? What I'm going to teach you before that, though, is going to help you in your own business, and it's going to help you as you go through the BeConnected journey. And I'm going to be talking about how to double your income in 3 simple steps. So there's really only 3 ways to kind of increase the results within your business. And the first is to increase leads, increase conversion, and maximize your leverage. My specialty is actually in increasing conversion, and I'm going to be talking about that. So we take a look at the formula, and this formula applies to almost anything that you're doing, including BeConnected, and that is leads times conversions and customers times the maximizing of your assets times the frequency equals growth profit. Now, I'm not going to be going through all of these today. This is just a quickie little training, but I am going to talk about the most important ones, all right? And so what's interesting, if you'll recall the days of, you know, exponents, right, and exponential math, this is finally one of those times where it actually comes into play. And so if you double anything, if you double your leads or double your conversions or double your maximizing of your profits or double your frequency, it actually starts to move through a 2, 4, 8, and 16 growth factor for your business. And so it's funny, whenever I go into a company for the first time, the first place I look right here is conversions and customers. And the reason I look there is because almost every company that I go into, and that includes authors, speakers, you know, it doesn't matter the size that you are. In fact, it's even more important that you have this technology in place the smaller you are, because every asset or every person that you pull into your kind of prospecting arena and pipeline is key and critical for you to be able to leverage. And then it's even more important for you to be able to take care of the customers that you have. So this is always where I come into play, and I usually build the back end first, which means I create all the emails for the communication engine within a company, and then we get out and go out and get more leads. So that's kind of the cycle that I take people through, because we want to create those nurture cycles for customers and prospects that you already have, and then start to throw more fuel into the fire and take them through the funnel as well. So let's take a look at that. All right, so when you double your leads, that of course can lead to a doubling of your gross profit. And in order to do that, the thing I always do within a company is to develop an automated sales marketing funnel. I have a whole program called Quantum Leap Follow-Up that is devoted and dedicated to adding that technology to anyone, any company out there. So if we take a look at what we have done through, you know, through the beginning of time when it comes to your business, you know, the power within a company comes from what's called your list, right? And back in the day, I know, you know, I started my software company in 1985 at the age of 19, and that is what was sitting on my decks, the Rolodex, right? On my desk. And so you just twirl that thing and you go and you look for people, right? To talk to that day. And then your customers were in there and you'd twirl it and you'd do a follow-up call and things of that nature. Then along came Maximizer, Act, and Goldmine. And those are called contact management systems. And at the time, they sat on our desktop, and it's how we at least were able to fill in information and track conversations that we were having. But the thing about both of these is they are still kind of, push technologies, which means we're doing all the work. And then, of course, 15 years ago was when I started creating landing pages and creating email marketing funnels. And so that kind of, for me, that changed everything about my business. And of course, it changed everything for how I also started to deal with clients and prospects, not just from internally, but also the technology that I was implementing within their office as well, within their business as well. So one of the key things is and the key power positionings from this is it helps to create a position where you become the leader, you become the person that they know, like, and trust. And when a person knows, likes, and trusts you, that means that they will ultimately start to buy from you. The other thing you may have heard too is the money is in the list. And in essence, that is true. The people that you have and you're communicating with and you're creating a relationship with, even though it's on autopilot, is key to ultimately converting. And if you take a look at my landing page, which is called fastactionresults.com, that is kind of the hub and center of everything that I do for my company. I don't promote TracyRepchuk.com at all. I don't care about it, and I like never promote my company, right? So my company is InnerSurf.com. So people don't even know about the back end of my company, which is a full agency for email marketing and internet marketing and digital marketing services. And then, of course, there's me, which is the personal brand, but all my promotions go to the landing page. And so we're going to take a look at that. Now, why am I so excited about the landing page? And this is a little bit into my story. So when I began in internet marketing, of course, I started in the internet arena in 1992, kind of before it was even the internet. But I didn't become an internet marketer, so somebody who then started to earn a full-time income in marketing until 2004. And one of the first things that I did was create this book, right? And so it's a book called 31 Days to Millionaire Marketing Miracles. And I created this because I noticed, back then it was like the Wild West. Everyone was like, oh, if you do eBay, if you do Amazon, if you do this, if you do that, you'll make a lot of money. And again, I'm a computer programmer. I'm a certified management accountant. I know a logic sequence when I see it. And so I was like, well, no, you can't make money here until you've done this. And that's what this book is. And again, it's still available on Amazon. And so it's the A to Z of internet marketing. And I brought that out before the Bible existed. And then so during those years, from that era until about 2013, 2014, this was the Bible of the internet. And so I created the book and I launched the book to #1 on Amazon. Now, this is in the days, there was no Kindle, there was no 99-cent books, there was no print on demand, there was 5,000 books sitting in a warehouse that I had to pay for. And then Amazon would say somebody bought your book and you would physically ship. Now, in the beginning, I was physically shipping. And then of course I gave it to a warehouse and I had them do fulfillment. So needless to say, back then especially, there was no margin on a book. You made no money from the book. But I knew that going in. This book was all about lead generation for me. It was a brilliant book. It has all the content and data you needed for internet marketing. But the whole purpose and the whole driver in there was to send people to a landing page. And the reason that I became a #1 best-selling author was because prior to creating the book, 3 months prior to that, I created my first landing page and I started to do list building. And so I was educating, I was telling people about the book that was going to come out, because this is back when I had no products, very beginning. I am green, nobody knows me. I am like nothing in the internet marketing world. And so I come out with this book and I'm just talking to people about, hey, I'm creating a book and it's going to talk about this, and great, I'm going to talk about blogging and I'm going to talk about search engine optimization, and I'm going to tell you how to do a teleseminar. Everything was sequenced in this book. And of course, at the very beginning is the two things that you must know, and that is the target market and the landing page technology. And so I launched this book. It goes to #1, and it goes to #1 because during that time, I had built a list of 3,500 people that were hungry because I had been nurturing them. They were hungry for anything that I released. And I came out and I said, hey, if you buy this book on April 13th, and it was Friday, April 13th, I said, you're going to get a whole bunch of extra gifts. And so go and buy it today. And of course, all of these people went and bought it. You got to remember too, there was no social media back then either. So I didn't have Facebook. I didn't have, certainly LinkedIn was not a place where you announced anything like that. It was back then what it was built and designed for, a human resource management system for resumes. And so it's quite interesting. And it was thankful to this list because that is how I managed to create this opportunity where when I launched, it went to #1. And that, of course, changed everything for me in that realm. Now, as a result of the book being so popular, it actually sat at the top 3% of Amazon for 4 years. And because of that, Wiley Publishing, my dream publisher, approached me and bought the rights to the book and relaunched under their brand. And then we went #1 in the US, Canada, and the UK, all in the same day. So now it has over 160 Amazon testimonials. And of course, it is my flagship book. I'm now a 9-time #1 international bestselling author, but that was the kind of the book that started it all. And again, when we talk strategy, which I think is one of my greatest skills as a strategist, is I knew back then that this was for lead building. I knew it was for branding, positioning, and authority. And then I was going to leverage it and take it to the next step. And that's exactly what I did. Now, what's really cool is I launched the book. And again, how did I launch the book to #1? It was because of the list that I built from the landing page technology. And that's the path we're about to go down today. But I want to tell you the power of it by showing you my own story. So I launched the book. And all of a sudden, everybody starts coming to me, phoning me, finding me, and they're like, can you coach me through the book? And I was like, yes, I can. So I started a coaching program. It was $10,000, and it was called Entrepreneur in Overdrive. And so I had so many people coming at me that I had to start saying no to clients. So I'd made over 6 figures in my first three months of starting on the internet officially. And it was all because of the cycle that I'd done in the correct order and sequence. So as a result of making that money as fast as I did, I then got contacted by the World Internet Summit. They were the world's largest speaking organization for internet marketers. Every god on the planet was on that stage. And so it was a very interesting cycle, because they said you won New Internet Marketing Success of the Year. And I was getting flown from California to Singapore to appear on my very first stage in front of 3,400 people. Well, that, of course, then launched my career as a speaker. I couldn't have dreamed up anything better. It could never have happened even faster. And from there, of course, I got picked up by the World Internet Summit, and I was the first woman to appear on those stages with 15 men. And for 5 years, I was known as the #1 woman in the world for internet marketing, because I was traveling on this speaking circuit and there was no other women. So that's how you get a title, just be the only one. And then from there, of course, I've gone on to speak in over 39 countries. I was a keynote, a woman keynote in China at the Global Economic Leaders Summit, where I talked about the social the consciousness of technology. And then that was an invitation-only event to heads of states, presidents, CEOs, and pretty much kind of like world leaders on where is all of this going. So it's pretty exciting. And for many of you, you know that I've won awards from the Senate, the Assembly, the White House, and President Obama. So that was kind of the journey. But then it started to, and I realized I needed to take it a level higher. So, of course, you know, I was on the stages going around speaking. Well, what was the most powerful element after that? It actually became television. And I'm going to tell you what happened after you see this.
Live from Las Vegas, Fox 5 News This Morning starts right now.
Tracy Repchuk is a best-selling author and an online marketing and technology expert. She is
Activity online. Tracy Repchuk is a social media specialist and author, and she's created
because there's actually even a better way. And Tracy Repchuk is here today. She's a best-selling author, our technology expert today, talking about apps.
Online safety for kids, specifically social media safety. Tracy Repchuk here this morning with some great advice. Tracy is a mom of 3 teens, best-selling author, founder of socialmediasafetyforkids.com. Tracy's kids are
just passionate about keeping your kids safe on social media. Tracy Repchuk has been working with technology since she was 19 years of age, and now she has 3 active teens on
social media expert and author Tracy Repchuk has an app for every occasion, and I'm so pleased to say she joins us this morning.
What to do with your kids in the heat? Well, best-selling author Tracy Repchuk.
Our next guest is a mother of 3 teens and the author of Social Media Safety for Kids, and she is here with tips to keep your kids safe online this summer and the upcoming school year. Joining us now is Tracy Repchuk. Thanks for joining us, Tracy.
You're welcome.
To help parents keep their children safe while online. And Tracy joins us in the studio today. Nice to see you. And the great thing for parents,
school time can be very exciting. Repchuk, the best-selling author of 31 Days to Millionaire Marketing and Miracles. Hello, it is lovely to see you again.
Thank you, Tara.
All right, so that was a very interesting time, because what I was doing there, as you saw, right, I wasn't going around talking about myself. I was actually on a mission to help parents understand what was happening with their kids and social media. So social media safety for kids was my message. only 7% of parents were aware of what was happening, and there was all these danger signs. It was a time when bullying was going on with Facebook and things of that nature. And so I was really out there just educating on that. But one of the things that I really teach when it comes to getting on TV and things of that nature is I tell people, do not go on television unless you're driving to a landing page. This goes right back to that same thing. This was a lead generation mechanism as well. In my case, I was giving away that book for free to parents. And so they would come and they would opt in, and maybe they needed more than those services, or maybe they needed more than that knowledge. But I was going to give them that and then, let them know a little bit more about me, because you never know who owns a business or who needs help or who's the CEO of a corporation that is also a parent. So that's what happened there. One of my greatest successes on that, not just from, obviously, this became a huge positioning and an authority placement for me. But one of the shows that I was on ABC in Chicago, and within my segment was only, I think, like 5 minutes for that appearance, and I had 673 opt-ins to my landing page, which is why you do what you do. I'm going to be showing you a chart which people kind of don't understand when it comes to landing page technology, and it's this. So everyone thinks, yay, I've got a landing page, but what you don't realize is the landing page is nothing without traffic, okay? Now, and that's why I kind of I build the landing page backwards. And what do I mean by that? And I mean that when I go into, a company or an author or a speaker, and they've already got people, clients, prospects, a list of some sort, that whether they've been building this manually or not, is we automate that first, so that you've got a cycle going and communicating to and nurturing your current clients, because current clients or past clients convert 80% faster than a new prospect. So I would build that, and then we would go build the landing page, and then the traffic strategies would all come into play. And I'm talking about this today because for those of you who are QFA and QA, you have a landing page. And so we're going to be going over that. So what is your job when it comes to a landing page? Your job is, no matter where you are, no matter what you're talking about, don't send them to your master site. I never send anyone to Tracy Repchuk. I don't send people to my, in this case, the BeConnected page. I send them to the landing page. And so this is what your life starts to look like from that perspective. All right. So it's an advanced strategy that I'm teaching you here. And obviously, if you're new, and you got the landing page, maybe you'll just, do whatever you can to understand it a little better. But if you start to understand that when you're on LinkedIn, when you're on Twitter, when you're on, particularly if you're doing a podcast appearance, or you're talking on Facebook, or you're doing a Facebook Live, at the end of that should be a sentence that says, hey, go and grab my free gift, all right? And go blah here. Okay, to the landing page. Alrighty, so here's an example of the power of the landing page.
I'm Chelsea Crofts, and I'm a new platinum member of Tracy's, and could not be more excited and thrilled at the results that I've seen in only 3 weeks of working with her. Just take a step back. I actually interviewed 7 different coaches before I decided to move forward with Tracy. And Tracy was the only person out of the 7 coaches that I interviewed that I really felt took the time to actually do an audit of who is Chelsea, what is Chelsea all about, and what does Chelsea have coming up. On our first discovery call, Tracy said, I see that you're speaking at an insanely awesome event 3 weeks away. We need to seize this opportunity, and if you're willing to work fast, I'm willing to work fast. And within 3 weeks, we had my landing page up, my first program created, and my presentation established to seed plant the program at that platform event. Well, 3 weeks later, not only did I receive a return on my investment for the entire platform, platinum program, but I also had a lovely, lovely profit. I am so excited to, I can't even imagine 3 weeks in seeing that return on investment and what I'm in store for the next year. I am so thankful, and if you have the opportunity to dive in with Tracy, it's the best dive you're ever going to take.
And so we needed that landing page technology in place for two reasons. The first was she was speaking at an event. If you are a speaker at an event, again, you don't drive to your website. You can't track the statistics. You can't track, manage, communicate, and build a relationship after that. So what we did was anybody who bought her program, of course, yay, you know, that was immediate money in her pocket. She made over $28,000 in 60 minutes from the stage. And then she made another $20,000 because we had built the emails that followed up on everybody else. So we drove all of the audience to her landing page before we announced the offer. They all were getting their free gift. And then afterwards, we were able to do the email follow-ups. That's the power of having strategy in everything that you do, and particularly for this. Now, the second thing that you do, and again, this is one of my favorite activities, is increasing conversions, getting more from what you already got. And that, of course, helps to increase the sales. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about an autoresponder system. And so that is that email marketing system. Examples include like Infusionsoft and MailChimp and Constant Contact and Aweber and things of that nature, okay? Anything that automates emails going out the door, and that's email 1 goes and email 2. So as soon as the person gives their name and their email address, all of the emails start to drip feed and promote and sell on your behalf. So personalized 24/7, promotes, sells, and builds that relationship. And it is the building of the relationship and that education that is so key to why this technology works. And so here's again how it develops, and that it takes 7 to 12 touch points often to make a sale. The average person follows up twice. Only 2% follow up more than 3 times. So I particularly, if you are a coach or a speaker and you have a program that is, let's say 500, 1,000, 3,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever your own funnel structure is created like, think of when somebody reaches out to you, whether you were at a live networking event and you got that business card, how many times did you actually follow up before they said to you, stop calling me? That's the only time you stop calling somebody, is if they say those words. But what happens is we put in all of these barriers to that moment, and we stop following up usually after the second time. Well, what's beautiful about email marketing and autoresponders is they follow up relentlessly for us 7 to 12 times. I have like 2 years worth of emails in my database so that when people come in, and I've had people buy 5 years after they had originally opted in from me, when they either felt the time was right or they had the money, whatever it was, and they would finally make that purchase and an investment with me. And so that's why it's so important. So without proper follow-up, 98% of your sales are getting left behind. All right. Now, the cost of customer acquisition with a well-built funnel, you can convert rapidly and outspend your competition without breaking the bank. Because a lot of people out there right now, which are leveraging, whether it's Google ads or Facebook ads, they're driving traffic around the clock. They're spending anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 to $100,000 a month to get these leads, and then they're actually not leveraging that technology and taking them through the conversion cycle. If they don't buy immediately, they're like, okay, it's gone, 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 gone. And then to maximize your marketing, that's of course taking a look at how many other channels can you get to, how many other ways can you leverage the same information or the same message. And then what's great about the increasing of all of this is it allows you to increase the trust that you have out there, particularly with those that are following you and within the marketplace. And I've said this before, that people don't buy the product or service, they buy the outcome. So you constantly want to be talking about the transformation that you make. And again, within BK, JR has said this multiple times, in that, you really don't focus so much constantly on the nuts and bolts. You focus on the simplicity of the connection generator, which is pushing a button and making a connection, right? It takes seconds to get that first connection, and then you can decide if you want to connect with that person or do another search. It's up to you. But the fact is, specific results like that don't happen in any other system. And then, of course, branding and messaging. This helps you to stand out from the crowd. The more you brand well, the less you need to sell. And then you start to use this for positioning. When you're doing podcasts and interviews, you constantly are driving back to that landing page. Magazines are another great place to get free traffic, because now you're pouring traffic at the landing page. I've had full feature stories done on me. I've been on the cover of magazines, and I have written tons and tons of articles for various magazines. Also appeared on Forbes Radio when I was speaking at the Global Crowdfunding Convention, talking about how nonprofits can leverage that. And then your whole purpose for this is to move out of the sea of sameness to a specialist, to an expert, to an authority, to an influencer and thought leader. Now, what's great about where you are right now when it comes to even BeConnected is because you are such an early adopter, new people coming in, you're going to be part and parcel, especially if you're a qualified founding affiliate, of those first 500 that actually started a company that becomes a brand name. And that title alone is going to start to position you as an influencer and a thought leader. Okay, so this was from a presentation. Now, I want to just take this to where we are with BeConnected. Did you enjoy the little backstory and the importance of the positioning? Sometimes two things happen. One, people underestimate the power of a landing page. Two, I've had actually people invest in it and never send traffic to it. Well, if you're going to do that, you're wasting your time, right? They're so used to saying their master site that they never break the new habit of saying what their current site is and where they should be sending. So for those of you who don't know, and a lot of you, if you're a QA and qualified founding affiliate, for those of you who are not, start working towards that. Or if you, of course, became an affiliate, you bought in at the $4.99 package, you are automatically getting the funnel. So what I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of is this funnel is now live in your back end. So if we take a look at, you can see right here, and this is how you can easily remember it, right? And that is your normal site. So in my case, tracyrepchuk.beconnected.com is what we normally promote for our master BK site. If you add Hive 1 with a slash, that is your landing page, okay? So let me show you where it is, just for safety's sake, or comfort, whichever you want to call this. Yeah, that was it. And it is right back here under your My Websites tab, under My Links. All right, so if you go down, you'll see that it's sitting right here. All right, so this is super now. Now, I'll add one advanced tip for those of you who, you know, have some technology help, whatever you want to call it, is I bought a domain that I am pointing to that, and it's called instantlyconnect.com, and it points so that when I am, whether I'm on a stage, whether I'm on a podcast, no matter where I am, I don't have to say tracyrepchuk.beconnected.com/hive1/. No one's going to remember that from a stage. When you're doing your emails, when you're promoting online like this or putting it in a social media post, you're totally fine. I create everything as if I'm talking to somebody and I'm saying, hey, well, if you go to Instantly Connect with a K, then, then you can get there. So you saw how that rerouted and took everybody to my landing page. Okie doke. And so there is the chart that I talked about, everything that you start to do now, right? You can point to the landing page. So when you get your social media meme from the back end, you can make a choice now. For those of you with the funnel, you can choose to send it to your funnel and have it educate on your behalf, right? We have written the emails that go into the funnel. And so now it's, you know, sequencing, educating, warming them up, giving them the free gift, etc. And then saying, hey, you know, you should do the connection generator. You should really go out and check that and things of that nature. Okay. I see question. It's funny. I have chat ability, but people are asking question. Okay. Is that the public or KG profile that needs to be at 80%? It is the connection generator profile. Where you're giving them a hard copy of the book or an ebook. I was giving them an ebook. Yes, for the download for the TV appearances, it was just a free PDF guide. Where are the landing pages in our back office? I just showed you. Results guide / gift is there, but no landing page. I'm not sure. If you don't have a landing page, but you have the gift, that might mean you don't have a landing page, but you need to be QA or QFA or bought in. You signed in early, locked in my back office, and I do not see my funnel active. Signed in. Do you have 3 or 5 though? You have to have 3 or 5. It just doesn't automatically come. So you have to have 3 or 5. What needs to be at 80% is the connection generator setup. Okay, good. Are you saying there's a whole drip sequence? Yes, I am, Vivian. There is a whole drip sequence written for you, okay? You know, again, between Jenna and I, we're creating all the sequences, the prospecting sequence. Then there is the $99 sequence that tries to upsell them to $299 or $499, right? So first it educates, then it does an upsell. So one day you could see money in the back end from a $99 sale simply because that email upsold them. Same with the, yeah, so that's what that's doing. Same with the $299. We're educating and then upselling to the $499. Hey, you want to be an affiliate? So one day, you never know, you might see money in the back end, and that came from the emails that have all been written. There's over, my goodness, we've written over, I want to say almost 30 emails for the back end. For the back end, what we'll call upsell series, okay? And then we're writing emails now for indoctrination. Everything you know is coming, right? It just takes time. So the free gift is, you can see right here, it's this guide, the BeConnected Results Guide. For those of you who do not have the funnel yet, okay, I created something for you in the back end. So let's go to the back end. And that is, if you go to, I think it's University Marketing for Affiliates. Let's see if it's here. If you don't have the funnel, you can still offer the gift. All right. So here's how. quick start guide. Okay. So maybe it's universal. Let's go to affiliate training. There's the quick start guide. Here it is. So see this free guide giveaway, and then see this video. See this right here. It says free guide giveaway customization. I created a video to tell you how to put your own link in there, okay? If you're talking about this guide is too long, this guide is definitely not too long. This is definitely, I create this with every client I have. The guide has to be consumable in under 15 minutes, and this is, and it has to be educational enough that by the end of it, they're like, man, I should probably just buy this, right? That's what this is. It is a fast track to the sale. So when somebody takes a look at this and they download it, I mean, out there they're teaching, oh, just give a cheat sheet, just give this. Do you know what? People don't buy from a cheat sheet. They use the cheat sheet. That's what they do. This is designed to sell you, right? So what I've done here is taking you through a journey of talking about the time to pivot, right? And then bringing them in as they read this. Notice it's big print and images, right? This is not a heavy read. Again, designed for under 15 minutes. So there are 3 things you need to do: get connected, apply training, and leverage a system that works for you. What am I doing here constantly? I am, at the same time, I'm educating them on what they need to do. The answer lies in BeConnected. So step 1, get connected to the right person instantly, la, la, la. Imagine being able to, at the push of a button, blah, 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 right? And then now I'm educating them on the connection generator. So how does it work? You know, it's got a built-in. Then they can start to put together, who do I know that could maybe need this, right? And then apply training, continuous training, mentorship. It's always been talked about. And then I talk about the fact that hey, within BeConnected, of course, if you buy that $299 program, you'll have training for life, you know, if you get 2 people in as well, 2 new members. So then we have this. Wow, how many courses have I bought, right, in the history of my life? Well, I can tell you, I've spent $3,500 on that webinar technology I taught you. I spent another $2,500 on online courses and that training I taught you, right? See, this is designed for a person to list all of the crap that they bought and that they're going to have to keep buying because technology is constantly moving and shifting. And now when you come down here and you realize you've probably spent a good $10,000, $15,000, I mean, tell me in the chat, how much do you think you've spent on training since you got started in your own business, right? Oh, what are we asking? We're asking for $299 flipping dollars, and we're going to continuously train you. And you have access to the back-end university. This feature alone should be selling the $299 option like candy in Halloween, okay? 30K from David, well north of 100K from Duncan. I have probably spent close to $500,000 between coaches and training. And I know it's at least that because one year I spent 100K on one person alone. So I tell you, it's why I sell the $299 program all day. That's my whole jam, is selling that program, because it's $26,000 worth of value for $299. And as somebody who's purchased coaches and the training, I've spent $3,500 on Facebook training. We have training back there on Facebook, don't we? My training would cost you $7,500. It's sitting back there for you to consume right now. And then leveraging a system that works for you. Big print, easy to consume. This is what a This is the art that I learned on the freebie giveaway, because I've been doing it for 15 years. Then we talk about optimized leverage. And then, of course, see this line here, this video here tells you how to go and change it, okay? To make it your own so that you can customize this guide. So for those of you without a funnel, you can go and do this, all right? Is there an email that we send to get them to the landing page? Yeah, we'll take a look at the quick connect. Oh, I won't be able to show you that. Even folks like us who are not as immersed in the industry as you and Dave and have spent very conservatively benefit big time on the training. For sure, exactly. And why I have to spend a ton, guys, it's the nature of the business that I chose. With technology, as soon as Pinterest comes out, I have to invest and find out what it is. As soon as TikTok came out, I had to invest and find out what the heck it is, right? I have to stay ahead of the curve so that I can say to my clients, you know what? Because of this, you should be on Instagram, right? I started this conversation 8 years ago with clients. And then I would say, you know what? Because you do this, you do not need Instagram, but you do need to secure an account to hold, to safely get your brand, right? So there's all of these strategies that I personally would deal out to clients. But if I didn't know about the things that were coming, when they say to me, what the heck is TikTok, I have to be able to say, well, TikTok is this, and is it good for you? It all depends, right, on who they are. Okie doke. Back. Okay, so that was this. So yeah, again, and I took you through this already. And so this is kind of the concept of what goes on in a landing page cycle. You drive all the traffic to the landing page, right? Then they get the landing page thank you, where they can download the connection guide, or they can get it then drip fed through the email 1, email 2, email 3. Now the emails we're writing, right, are constantly sending back to your BK page, okay? And then it's saying, hey, things like we have, you can take advantage of like a training or an overview or things of that nature. Just check back with the person that sent you here, stuff like that, okay? So this is the cycle of what occurs. So what should you be doing? I want to get you into some daily habits. So you can write this down or whatever you need to do. The first is you should every day, when I was heavily working LinkedIn back in the day, because I have 26,000 followers, I'm a LinkedIn advisor, I'm top 1% of LinkedIn profiles. I went into LinkedIn every single day, all right? And so that's what you should be doing here. So you're going to go into your back end and you're going to go to the connection generator every day. And you want to check a couple of things. First, you want to check this. That's the chat, right? You want to see, oh, somebody has already reached out to me. I need to go and take a look at what that is. So you will go and do that. These have been pre-served to you. I would actually take a look at them and say, oh, is there anybody here that I need, right? And that I should connect with. And then if you want to, you can just go for some sort of connection. If you're looking for somebody, let's say you're looking to connect with me. Well, just put my name in here. People have told me, though, you got to put my full name in. And if that's true, that it shouldn't work that way. But so let's say I was searching for somebody called Karen because I'd met her on one of the calls or one of the trainings or whatever, right? So, and then you would bring up here, and then I'd say, oh yeah, that's who I was looking for. Or maybe I was looking for team members. I do this a lot with my team, right? I will go into my team and I will take a look at the people that are on it. and I will go and search their name, and then I make sure they filled out their profile. If they haven't filled out their profile, then I go and tell them to go and fill out their profile. So for those of you who are QFAs and your team leaders, you want to get habits like that in place as well. So then you actually, finish the connection cycle. Yes, there will be, Barney. And then go and rate each other, right? And again, for those of you who you've already experienced me in my trainings or whatever, connect with me and then go and rate me, right? That's just going to really kind of help all of us to start to move up. And again, this is a huge benefit of early adoption. Later, people aren't going to be able to connect with me, quite frankly. I'm going to have to say no. When there's 30,000 or 1 million members on this platform, I can't be saying yes to everybody. Right now, you guys have a chance to say yes to everybody. And meet people now before it becomes the beast that it's going to be. Then I want you to, as a daily habit, particularly for those of you who are team leaders, I want you to check on your team. Okay, so I want you to take a look here. You're going to go to your home. You're going to go to my team. And you're going to be checking to see who needs help, all right? So what does that mean? That means who only has one or who has none, and you want them to go free, right? That's the whole point of this. So you'll go down here and you'll start to look and you'll say, oh, okay, I should get in touch with her today because we want to see what we can do to help her get her too, etc. All right, so you will go down the list, you will go through all of that process, and you will make sure that you have helped everybody that you can. And then the other thing you want to do is you then also want to find, oh, look, here is a QFA on my team. I'm going to make sure she does the same to her team, okay? And to ensure, like I'll say, hey, you should get in touch with this person because they're one away from QFA. Do not let QFA, get away. That should be a saying, right? And so I would be giving out advice like this to my team, and that's what I want you to do. Then be active in the Facebook group, okay? Most of you are already here. If you're not, make sure you are. I do daily announcements here. I think I can post it here in the chat area. I recognize most of you already, though. You'll see, right? I announce stuff like this, right? There's not emails going out broadcasting that this class occurred, right? So if you're not on this Facebook group, you actually nobody knew about this, is what's going to come down to. So I announce it here. I don't control the BeConnected list, right? I can only control assets that I have immediate access to. And again, I announce things that are going on if I start to see a panic or an issue occur, or I had the issue myself. Yesterday when my connection generator back office wasn't correct, I posted a notice just in case other people were going through it to ensure that if you're going through it, they know about it and they're going to correct it, all right? We had a lot, you can imagine that switchover that had to occur, how much programming had to go in place in a very short amount of time to get everybody where they needed to be, right? I do announcements up here. Make sure you send your friends to this page and that they join, right? Or go and invite members, whatever you want to do here, to ensure that they become part of the community. And then here's where I just remind people to do stuff, and I announce awesome news. Like we had a rally, of course, on Saturday or Sunday, before all the deadlines. You can imagine, I was really here for 12, 13 hours working my team and helping them, and of course announcing everyone's wins. All right, so a really exciting, fun way actually to spend time. So join us. It's a fun page. And then I want you to daily reach out to 5 new prospects, okay? Now, you have your quick connect, so you can click on here and send out an email, right? Send out the email. It gives you a generic kind of one inviting people. You can take that same email, share it on LinkedIn, share it on Facebook. You can copy and paste this, put it anywhere you want. If you have your own autoresponder system, grab it and use it there, okay? So you want to leverage your quick connect bar. And then here's the thing. If you get somebody on the phone, I'm going to give you a sales, what do you call it? I don't know. It's the way I sell. It's called the top-down approach, okay? So what I do here, but in this case, I do a little baby top-down. Normally, if I'm selling my own stuff, I will do a major drop-down approach. So what that means is if I have somebody on the phone, I am not going to pitch the $99 just the connection generator standalone, right? I am going to promote this program. And the reason I promote this program is it's $26,000 in value for $299, and they get that piece that I think makes BeConnected extremely unique. The connection generator is its standalone giant of technology. But I like a community that supports too. And that is the $299 package, right? We get the coaches, we get the trainings, the university. You just feel like you're a part of something versus you're kind of popping in and doing a search and leaving, right? Because they don't get half the data that you do because there's not much to say to them, except go do a search, right? So I promote this program right here, and then let's say on the phone they don't want to, they're like, oh, that's a bit out of my budget. Then say, okay, here's what you should do. For $99, you can get started on the you can get started with just the connection generator, and then if you choose, you can upsell later. You can upgrade later, okay? So now the $299 drop to $99 feels like a bargain, right? But sometimes when you start at $99, that seems high to somebody. But $299 to $99 is a drop down. It is a psychological philosophy of selling, and that should get them to jump in, and then we can upsell them later, okay? So that's it for what I was going to talk about today. I just wanted to let you know the landing page is live. You can grab the guide and promote that to your heart's content if you don't have landing page access. And this, I'm going to move to the Facebook page. I'm going to bring this out, and this is going to be a little daily habit cycle that I want everybody to do. So I'll capture this after our call, and I'll put this up there, and then I'll link the call later when it gets posted to, so you can rewatch that. The quick connect is here. It is, I can show you where it is. Is this my, So when you first go in to your back office, it's sitting right there, okay? All right, see, it's right here, and the buttons that you need are directly below it, all right? This little slot here, we're actually creating a training video walkthrough on what do you do, what step 1, step 2, step 3. That's what's about to come here, so you'll be extremely excited. Okay, good, that's in your back end. All right, just checking last things here. Is it already set up and is something we have to set up? You don't have to set up nothing. As far as BeConnected is concerned, and if you're a QA and a QFA, should be in your back end and you're good to go. Would this be a good format? If I'm going to be speaking as a BK rep in an upcoming, should I use this as an outline to approach my talk. What I've built, this is my personal presentation, so it's not an outline to build a BK talk at all. The BK talk will really be about BeConnected and things of that nature. Now, the one thing you can grab if you want is the presentation, right? That overview presentation in the back end is kind of what's designed for, not sure if it's under affiliate or marketing or, but you have the overview presentation right here. Is that a video? No, not there. So this is a good point. Updated PowerPoint 831. So this is actually incorrect. So let me get this new one for you, and then this is what you'll download, and this is really what you present, okay, for BeConnected. Is there an English version? Yes, definitely. It is Spanish in my affiliate marketing section. Both should be there. Here's the quick start guide in English for me. Is that what you're talking about? English version of the starter guide. Look under affiliate training. This, and by the way, guys, this is all getting reorganized. It's just going to take some time. I'm redesigning the entire back end now, but it's going to take a month to redesign and then maybe 3 weeks to implement, because the back end programmers have to redo everything, all their connections. So I am in the process now. We're redesigning all of this, okay, to be prettier. Marketing for affiliates. Yeah, okay, cool. And can we see the content before? You can't see the content of the emails. If you want, opt in yourself and just wait for them to drip feed to you. But when it comes to the connection, the quick connect button, absolutely. It pops up. You can do whatever you want, eliminate what you want, add the link you want, totally customizable, and you get to review that. Yeah, so that's the quick connect. I don't know if you're talking about the quick connect button. You will go to your home and you click on the email button, so it looks like this. You go to your quick connect bar and you click on email. Okay, that's where that will get you the email content. When you click on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, any of these, you get full modification power before you post it. If you want to add hashtags, if you want to add something, that's totally fine. Okie doke. All right, guys, so we are just at the top of the hour here. Again, it has been my pleasure to help you on your next steps and to get you a greater understanding, not just for BeConnected, but for your own business as well, so that you can take your business to the next level. If you need any help in these arenas, that's, of course, a service that I provide. Alrighty, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Thank you, Heshi. Thanks, Jennifer.